Hello friends, my name is Ramasu. Today we shall discuss about topic the law of diminishing returns. Friend, today's topic is very interesting, especially if you have interest in investment, economy and project management, because this law is very common and used in all these types of domains. So let's start, friend. First of all, I would request to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell option as well, so that my videos can reach to you, and also you can follow me on the Facebook page as well. Friend, law of diminishing returns. So that means basically we are referring to a economical principle that whenever we are investing in any particular domain, so at some point it will increase, and after some time when the other factors remains constant, so it will start decreasing. So just see this diagram, like you are investing in, for example, in any particular domain, like for example any production, any specific project. So in the initial stage, the the investment will increase, the profit will also increase, and after some time it will become stable. Okay, and then after some time it will start decreasing. However, you are adding the resources, you are adding the investment, but still the the productivity, or you can say the profit, will start decreasing at some time. So basically this is called as the concept of law of diminishing returns, that the rate of profit from that investment, certain after some time, it cannot continue to increase if other variables remain at constant. So that means initial stages, the rate of profit will increase with the investment as well. After some time it will become stable, it reach to a maximum point. Okay, after that maximum point it will start decreasing. Then let me give you an example here. For example, that production, take an example of a production process. Adding workers might increase the output. However, at some certain points, the optimal output per worker will be reached. Beyond that point, each additional worker's efficiency will decrease because other factors of the production remain unchanged. Such this is an example of law of diminishing returns. Take another example of a project. For example, you are implementing a software project. So if you are adding resources in the project, so the productivity or the task completion will increase at some time, but at some point of time the maximum output will reach, and if you add more additional resources, so it will not increase the output, however it will decrease the output or the number of task completion. That is called as the law of diminishing returns. Now the optimal result. What is actually optimal result? Basically, a friend, optimal result is the ideal production rate. You can say the maximum amount of output per unit. That is the maximum amount of per unit. That means after that point, like it is the maximum point, and after some time it will reach to it will start decreasing. For example, this is the maximum point of production. So this is the maximum point you can reach, and if you add more resources from here, it will start decreasing. Like this is the maximum point you can reach, and it will not be increased further if you still adding the resources. So optimal result is the point in any system of production in which increasing the quantities of one input while holding all other input constant will begin to yield progressively smaller result. Once the optimal result is reached, diminishing returns on set in, and the only way to maintain previous output gains is to increase the size of entire system. So that means here we have to understand that if you are adding resources and you are already reached to maximum output, it will not increase your profit or productivity, it will decrease. However, if you want to increase the profitability or the production, you have to increase all other inputs as well, all input variables as well. You can say the you have to increase the entire system. Okay, so that is very important point here. Now the negative productivity, or you can say the negative returns, what is actually it is, friend, negative productivity occurs when the output declines as the variable factor increase. Put another way, for example, negative productivity deals with the successfully smaller output. For example, negative productivity would be when a new system component is added and the total output decreases compared with the previous existing system. For take an example here, that when the fourth worker is hired, the daily output drops from 9 carats to 8. This would be an example of negative productivity because the actual output decreases. Okay, they take an example of gardening. Like for example, you have already uh, 3 workers who are working for a garden. Okay, when you hire another fourth worker, it will not increase the productivity. However, it decrease the productivity because you have already reached to the maximum level of productivity. So the if you are already reached to the maximum level of productivity, so adding the resources will not increase the productivity, it will decrease the productivity. And it will apply to all the examples. Like for example, you are working in a factory. If there are 100 workers are already there, and if you are adding 10 more workers in the factory, so don't think, if you are already reached to the maximum productivity level, so don't think that adding more resources will increase the profitability or productivity, because you are adding the resources. Adding the resources after the maximum productivity level, it will decrease your production, it will decrease your profitability, because you are already reached to the maximum maximum point of level productivity. So for example, this is the maximum productivity level. After that, it will start decreasing here. So friend, thank you, thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you like this video. If you like it, please share it with the friends and colleagues, and thanks a lot for watching the video.